Here we are, boys. Here we are. Here we are, boys. Here we are. Here we are, boys. Here we are. Here we are, boys. Here we are, back with episode 182. Back with episode 182. Here we are, boys. Back with episode 182. Come shorty boy. Here we are, boys. Here we are. Here we are, boys. Back here with episode 182. Back with episode 182. Here we are, boys. Back here with episode 182. Come shorty boy. Back here with episode 182. Come shorty boy. Anyways, guys, hey, before we get into it, I have to reiterate this. I have to reiterate this every stream, every time I'm doing these, guys. Every time I have to reiterate this every time I do one of these, guys. Anytime I stream, I have to reiterate this. If at any point in the stream you hear me stuttering or tripping over my words, I've got a speech impediment. That's why I stutter. That's why I trip over my words. Anyways, guys, so let's get into it. So I've got all of my gaming stuff. I've got all of my gaming stuff and all of my music stuff organized into proper playlists now, so feel free to check any of that stuff out. I've got all my gaming stuff and all of my music stuff organized, so feel free to check any of that stuff out. Also, guys, who do we actually talk about here? Who do we actually talk about here on the channel? Here we talk about anime, manga, comic books, history, mythology, philosophy, psychology, etc., etc. So, yeah, guys, we talk about anime, manga, comic books, history, mythology, philosophy, psychology, etc., etc. Movies, TV shows, basically whatever on my mind, right? Basically whatever on my mind. Also, guys, I am a reader, writer, and storyteller. I'm still working on everything, guys. I'm still working on the White Knight, on Ogre's 8, on the Dragon King trilogy, and the broader world of Evaluria itself, and I'm still working on Gunblade. I'm still working on the Samurai Gun. I'm still working on Gunblade. I'm still working on the Samurai Gunslinger, if you guys as well. I'm still working on the Samurai and Gunslinger as well. All this stuff takes time, though, guys. All this stuff takes time. Everything I'm doing takes time, guys. Hello, guys. I see you in chat. I see it. I see in chat, guys. I see it in chat. Thank you, my dear viewer. Thank you. Like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe. So yeah, guys, I'm working on a lot of stuff. And even though today it's Saturday, I haven't really done all that much. I don't know what it is, but today has been an off day as far as my working goes. And in the actual writing and production of my stories and all that, and the music and my studies and everything I'm working on, usually the day off is tomorrow, because Sunday I don't do anything, including this right here. I do not stream, let alone write stories or music or do anything. Sundays are my days off. But yeah, guys. Yeah. Am I okay? Okay. That is a very... What's up, MC? What's up? How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Hang on. Hang on, guys. Hang on. You're making a cartoon? You're making cartoons or movies? Am I making cartoons or movies? No. I'm just writing comic books. I'm just writing comic books slash mangas. Like Dragon Ball, Bleach, One Piece, etc., etc. Uh, th- think like, you know what? I'll just go ahead and show it off right quick. Think like this right here, guys. Think this right here. This is the type of stuff I'm making. This is the type of stuff I'm making, except I'm only writing it. I cannot show y'all the contents of this book. And this is one of the greatest of all time, guys. This right here is one of the greatest mangas of all time. Now, for those of you that do not know, manga is basically Japanese comic book. So there you go. This is one of the greatest mangas of all time, written written and drawn by Kentaro Miura. Written and drawn by the late great Kentaro Miura. His art is phenomenal, and this is basically the type of work I'm doing. It's basically pictures and words. So yeah. In fact, I didn't even have to pull this. I didn't even have to pull. The only reason I grabbed this one, guys, and the only reason I grabbed this one was because it was the closest one near to me. However, I do have I I do have others. I do have others that I can show off right quick. I do have others that I can show off just right quick. Like oh, that's not good. That ain't good at all. Hey, but I do have others I can show off right quick. Like I said earlier, Achiro Oda's One Piece. Very, very good stories here, guys. Very, very good stories here. Truly, truly amazing stories. And that is what I'm doing, guys. That is the type of content I'm making as far as my writing goes. As far as the actual production of my content, of my storytelling goes. That's what I'm making. And even though I don't have anything published yet, I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it. But yeah, guys, I'm also working on music as well. Even though, guys, even though I do the music stuff more so as a hobby, I do the music stuff more so as a hobby. I don't really take it that seriously. And all I do is write the songs, guys. That's all I do. That is all I do, guys. All I do is write the songs. That is all I do as far as the music stuff is concerned. But I'm also studying like a philosophy and psychology and mythology and all that. Cause guys, I know I've said this 1,000 times, right? I've probably said this 1,000 times on multiple streams, but I love mythology and history and all these other subjects. I've studied Greek mythology for 7 years. Or no. Yes. I've studied Greek mythology for practically 7 years. Because come April or May, it'll be 7 years since I first started studying Greek mythology. And I've studied Norse mythology for 3 years now. So that's awesome, guys. I love these old and ancient stories. And guys, I love to read. I love to read. I've read The Hobbit, The Lord of the Rings, The Silmarillion, practically anything J. I hate my speech impediment. I hate it. Practically anything J.R.R. Tolkien has ever written, I've read. I've read practically all of Tolkien's works. And I've also read The Hunger Games and Narnia. Now, Narnia was written by I can't get my thoughts together here, guys. It's very annoying, but it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, Narnia, it was written by yeah, Narnia was written by J.R.R. Tolkien's friend C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis is the writer of Narnia. He's the writer of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, aka Narnia. It's such a phenomenal story. Also, guys, I've clearly read the Bible. Let's get that out of the way. Let's get that out of the way. Hey, before anyone asks, have you read the Bible? Yes, I have, guys. Let's move on. Move on, guys. Yes, I've read the Bible. I've read Genesis like 20 plus times. I've read Exodus at least 5 times. I've read Judges twice. I've read more of the Old Testament than the New Testament. But let's move on, all right? Let's move on. So, guys, yes, I've obviously read the Bible, but I've read other books as well, guys. I've read other book other other books as well. Like I mentioned, J.R.R. Tolkien's work, Narnia. I've read Frankenstein, Dracula, The Giver. The Giver. That was a fascinating read. That was a fascinating read. I loved reading The Giver. And reading Dracula was a very interesting read as well. Like I read Dracula when I busted my head open back in 2022. When I fell and busted my head open. I read Dracula after I got stitches for that incident. You know, it's just very interesting, guys. It's very interesting, but like it's phenomenal. Hello, Johnny. Hello. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. All right. Yes, guys. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and do all that, guys. Also, have a good night, Johnny. Have a good night. I love you, brother. I love you. But yeah, guys. I read Dracula in at a very interesting stage in life, and it's such a good book. I mean, Bram Stoker is a good writer. Like Bram Stoker is a phenomenal writer, guys. I've also read a lot of Edgar Allan Poe, of which Edgar Allan Poe's horror collection is terrifying and truly scary. Like Telltale Heart, that is a truly twisted and morbid and macabre tale. I mean, it's such a twisted short story. It's phenomenal. But I've also, and guys, speaking of horror, guys, I've read a lot. I've read a lot of H.P. Lovecraft. H.P. Lovecraft. Oh my God. Oh, dude. When I originally read The Call of Cthulhu and the Cthulhu mythos, I had nightmares for 3 to 6 weeks. I could not sleep. It was that bad. H.P. Lovecraft knows how to terrify. He knows how to draw on the fear of the unknown. And that's what makes him such a good writer, guys. That's what makes H.P. Lovecraft such a good writer. He, he would have also read other books, right? I've also read other books like William Golding's Lord of the Flies. Lord of the Flies is also a fantastic book. I've also read John yeah, I've also read John Milton's Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained. Phenomenal books by John Milton. Phenomenal books. I have yet to read, and this is a book I want to read dearly. This is a book I've been wanting to read for the longest time. William Blake's Marriage of Heaven and Hell. William Blake's Marriage of Heaven and Hell. I want to read that book eventually, but I'll do that when I have time. Also, guys, I've also read. Let me think here. I've also read older books, right? I've also read like old and ancient books, like like the Grimm Brothers fairy tale collection. A few of their stories. And the Grimm brothers, Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm, I love these old school fairy tales and these just messed up stories. I've also read Hans Christian Andersen's a collection as well. Like his collection of fairy tales is awesome. Like I love Hey the Little Match Girl, Hey the Little Mermaid, and the Snow Queen story. It's so good. It is so good. I've also read I've read practically half I've read either half or all of William Shakespeare's plays. Like Shakespeare's plays were so good. Particularly Othello is my is my is my favorite. I love Othello dearly. It is just so good. I've also read believe it or not, I've read the Commedia. I have read the Commedia. I've read Dante Alighieri's Divine Comedy. Inferno, Purgatorio, and Paradiso. What a beautiful trilogy of books. Dante's journey from hell to heaven. His journey through the Inferno, Purgatorio, and Paradiso, so good. I mean, just truly magnificent, dude. Hey, the Divine Comedy was one of the hardest books I've ever read in my life. But I did do it. I did read Hey, the Divine Comedy. And oh my, it's just such a phenomenal book, man. It's so good. If y'all couldn't tell, I love to read books. I've also read Fight Club. Now, Fight Club, the story of Tyler Durden. The story of Tyler Durden's Fight Club. Oh, that is just a terrific book. There's I can't remember the book's name. Hey, but there was a very here's some more classics for y'all that I've read. I've read The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. I've read The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. Oh my days. The Huckleberry Finn books or book. I'm not sure if there's multiple books or just one book. Either way, they're phenomenal. They're glorious. They're absolutely glorious. Also, guys, I probably mentioned it, or I probably mentioned it earlier. Hey, but I've also read The Hunger Games. I've also read The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. The story of Katniss Everdeen and Peter Millark. Oh my god, that story hit me at the right age, at the right time. I was 17 when I first read that. I was 17 years old when I first read that book, man. Oh my god, dude, just the nostalgia of reading that book. And guys, I've also read How could I forget? How could, man, I'm disappointed. I am disappointed in myself, truly. I'm upset with myself, truly, because I forgot one book. I forgot one masterpiece of a book that I've read. How could I forget Orwell? How could I forget Orwell? How on God's green earth could I forget George Orwell? Because Orwell is such a good writer. Man, I'm just an idiot, y'all. I'm just a plumb dumb idiot. That's upsetting. But that's okay. Because 1984, Big Brother. Big Brother's always watching. Oh my god, 1984, what a fantastic book. It was a cold, brisk day in April, and the clocks were striking 13. It was a cold, brisk day in April, and the clocks were striking 13. That is the opening line. That is the opening line to 1984. And what a phenomenal book. What a phenomenal book, man. What a phenomenal book. Oh my god. Ooh, man, 1984, man. Winston and Julia. Winston and Julia. I mean, dude, talk about a book that's uncomfortable to read. You want to talk an uncomfortable read. 1984 was the second book I finished after. It was the second book I read after I finished the Hunger Games trilogy. Now, the Hunger Games is 3 books. Book 1 is obviously the Hunger Games. Book 2 is Catching Fire. And Book 3 is Mockingjay. Now, I read the entire trilogy of the Hunger Games. I read that in 27 days. Now that might not be impressive if for anyone, but for me to read The Hunger Games in 27 days, that's pretty good in my opinion. And then after that, I go from The Hunger Games to 1984. I've got to be some kind of, I don't know, but like to go from a book about kids murdering each other for art entertainment to a book about and a, a corrupt and a tyrannical government oppressing other people, that's just, oh dude, that's dicey. That is dicey, but I mean, just those books, man, The Hunger Games and 1984. And guys, when I say The Hunger Games, I mean the entire trilogy. When I say The Hunger Games, I mean the entire trilogy. I'm including all 3 books. Here, when I say The Hunger Games. But going from The Hunger Games to 1984, like, that is just, I mean, I don't know, guys. Funny to me, man. That's a bit, that's a bit funny to me. But either way, guys, either way, I've also read, dear, dear God, I'm sorry, guys, I'm sorry. Hey, the stream is basically just been me talking about books at this point, and the books I've read, and the stories I love. I've also read Miyamoto Musashi. I've also read Miyamoto Musashi's Book of Five Rings. Now, for any of y'all that do not know, Miyamoto Musashi was the greatest samurai to ever live. He was the greatest samurai to ever live. I've read I've read his masterpiece, his magnum opus, The Book of Five Rings, twice. I've read The Book of Five Rings twice. Such such it's such a good book, man. It's got life lessons for days, man. It's so good. It is just so good. But yeah. Whew. Okay, guys. Okay, I think that's enough. I think that's enough, guys. I mean, I'm clearly not ending stream because we haven't reached the hour mark yet. We haven't reached that hour mark, so I'm not ending the stream. But I think that's enough. I think that is enough of me ranting and raving about books. Because we've been here for 26 minutes. We've been here for 26 minutes, and I will not stop talking about books and reading and knowledge. Because it's so good. It's so good. But yeah, guys, I I thought I also read more nerdy stuff like comic books and manga. Like I've got tons and tons of comic books in my closet. I've got tons and tons of Marvel and DC comic books in my closet. Like my two favorite superheroes of all time. Even though these are the cliche and obvious answers, these are the true answers, at least for me. My two favorite superheroes of all time, Spider-Man and Superman. Spider-Man and Superman are my two favorite heroes of all time. Now I've got a few months ago, back in February, in fact, I believe it was February 1st, to where I was I was able to add it back into my comic book collection. And because, guys, as a kid, I had one of the greatest comic book collections you will ever see in your life. Hey, but then I lost it. I lost my greatest possessions as a kid. I had some true classics, and I lost them all due to me being a stupid and idiotic and just a kid that couldn't take care of his things properly. But time has passed, oh well. Either way, last month in February, or not last month, dear God. Actually, no. Yes, last month, because this month is March. This month is March. I'm speaking so fast, and I'm trying to get everything out all at once, that I'm getting it confused on my days, weeks, and months. But yeah, last month, back in February, I believe it was February 1st that I was able to get to to add it back into my collection. One of the greatest pieces of my original comic book collection, the death of Superman. The death of Superman, of which I was so happy when I got that comic. Like, I added it back into the collection. And man, it is so awesome. I'm so happy to have that back in the collection, guys. I'm so happy to have that back into the collection, Like, it's just, It's so, it's just so good, guys. It is so good. It feels so good to have that back in the collection. Anyways, guys, yeah. Yeah, how, yeah. We've been going for 30 minutes, man. Time is flying in this stream, which I really do like. I really do like the time is flying and I'm having fun and all that. But yeah, guys, I also talk about movies and TV shows and the entertainment industry in general. And because, guys, I love storytelling, right? I love storytelling. Like, like I said, like I said earlier, I love the, I love the, I love the old Greek and Norse myths, right? I love characters like Zeus. I like the characters like Zeus, even though Zeus is not really that good of a character, and he is the king of the gods. Yes, Zeus is the king of the gods. He is the one ruling over Mount Olympus. He is the head god, let's say, but he's not really a good guy. Zeus is he's a horrible god. He is a horrible person. Zeus is not that good of a man. He's not that good of a god either. What's up, Smokey? What's up? Welcome, High Chief. Welcome, Smokey. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? But yeah, guys, I love the Greek, my- I love the Greek myths and the Greek stories and all that. Like I really do like, I really do like the 12 labors of Hercules and the story of Perseus and Medea and Jason. Now the story of Medea is very interesting. It because she is a princess, I believe. Or no, she's not a princess. But okay, how would I go about explaining that myth to you guys? Long story short, Hera tests a so how would I explain this myth to you guys? How would I explain? Okay, you know this should be easy, right? I've studied this crap for 7 years. So the story of Jason and Medea. So so Hera, Zeus's wife and the goddess of marriage and family and and all that, she tested Jason by by transforming herself into a elderly woman, and she asked Jason to help her cross the river. Now, of course, this is Hera in disguise, and he does it. He does it, and from this point on, she helps Jason out with a few things. And Jason, he gets into a lot of trouble. He gets into a lot of trouble, and Hera gets him out of it. And and Medea and Medea, I'm I'm not sure. Is she a is she a princess? I really don't know. I'd have to go back. I'd have to go back and look, but I don't think so. So So if memory serves me correctly, oh, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right. Okay, now it's all coming back to me. Now it's all coming back to me. After a moment of silence and me actually trying to get my thoughts together, it's all coming back to me. So Jason wants to be king, right? He wants to be king of this kingdom, of a certain kingdom, and and Hera gets her son. Or no, I'm wrong about that. Hera gets Eros. My bad, guys. My bad. I really should write all this out and then just tell you. But what's the fun in that, truly? That don't get me messing up and all that. And that's part of the fun, right? Ha. No. Shut up and continue, you idiot. I hate you. It's okay. It's okay, guys. I'm just talking to myself, you know. But long story short, long story short, so Jason he wants to be king, and and he goes to this kingdom and finds Medea, and Hera has Eros, Aphrodite's son, of which he is the god of love and all that. He shoots Medea with one of his arrows, and this forces her to fall in love with Jason. So, so she's tore up about this because she doesn't want to betray her father, and because she doesn't want to betray her father, she doesn't want to betray her father, but at the same time, she loves Jason like obsessively so. She's at the point of thinking about, of offing herself. She's that desperate. She's that desperate, guys. So, so she goes, so she runs and flees with Jason, and she helps him. Medea helps him along the way of becoming king. And she does a lot of bad stuff. A lot of bad stuff to help Jason. And particularly lots and lots of killing people. Lots and lots of killing people to help Jason become king. And it's a very interesting story, guys. It's a very interesting story that and here's the thing. Here's the thing. When okay, so I'll get to that in a bit. That's a bit later on in the story. That's a little bit later on in the tale of Medea and Jason in Greek mythology. I'll 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 get to what I'm thinking of in a minute. But just know that Hera got Eros, Aphrodite's son, to shoot Medea with with an arrow, and she's madly in love with Jason, and she runs and flees, and they they escape together and get married. So Jason is now married to Medea, and 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 it and at first everything is fine. Their marriage goes good. Though the marriage goes good. I don't. It's okay, Frankie. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, hey, the marriage goes good, guys. Jason and Medea's marriage in Greek mythology goes good, of course, until it doesn't. Because the story of Jason and Medea in Greek mythology is basically a Shakespearean tragedy just waiting to happen. So So Jason and Medea get married, and everything is fine until Jason sees a way. He sees a way to get what he wants. He sees a way to become king by marrying this princess. Except he's now, except in doing this, in chasing after this other woman, Jason has broken his vows of marriage, of which severely upsets Hera, and because, like I said, Hera is the goddess of marriage and family and all that. So, not to mention, Hera has been the one helping him all along. She gave him all these gifts because he helped her across the river. Now, now, original, now, Hera tested this man. Hera tested Jason's character, his his heart, and originally saw it as pure because he did that for her. He helped. Now this was a test of character for Jason. Hera came down to Earth. He disguised herself as as a a elderly woman and asked him to help her cross the river. He picked her up, put her on his back, and got her across the river. And from that point on, she's been helping him with a bunch of various tasks. So you could only imagine how peed off, how angry she is. Hey, when when she got Medea to fall in love with Jason by by um by getting Aphrodite's son Eros, of which, like I said, he is the god of love and everything, to hit Medea with one of his arrows, forcing Medea to fall madly in love with Jason, and 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 they and they get and and they get married. Jason and Medea get married, and everything is fine up until Jason sees an opportunity to become king, and marries, and or at least tries to marry. He at least tries to marry this princess. Now with his vows and his oath broken, Hera is peed off at him. She is angry with him for obvious reasons. Like I said, Hera is the goddess of marriage and family, and she's been the one helping Jason all throughout this story. So you could only imagine how peed off she is at Jason. So, long story short, oh, I forgot to mention Jason and Medea have kids. You would think that's important to the story. Duh, you idiotic moron. Forgive me, guys. And my mind's very, very jumbled right now. Like I said, I should write all this out and tell you guys, but just do it. It'll be fine. So Jason and Medea have kids. So long story short, Jason broke his vows to Medea, therefore breaking the vow to Hera by divorcing and well, not divorcing Medea, but having a mistress, having a lover on the side. But yeah, guys, hello, my dear viewer, hello. But yeah, so Jason broke his vows, and now Medea wants revenge. Medea wants revenge for Jason cheating on her and trying to get with this other woman. And she does get, well, ah, she does get vengeance, but not on Jason. She doesn't actually get her vengeance on Jason. Well, she does, but not the way you're thinking. So, so, um, so, so Jason, or no, yeah, Jason has these super, super fancy robes made for his new wife and his father-in-law and all that. Like these, like these golden, like these golden, like these golden robes and all that, and these golden capes, and Medea laces them here with a type of poison, and when Jason's new mistress, his new lady, goes to put him on, along with her father, they both burst into flames. Now, keep in mind, now, guys, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff, right? There's a lot of stuff that I have skipped over because I can't really think, and my mind is really jumbled right now. My mind is really, really jumbled right now. So I've got the controller, and here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to YouTube right now. I'm gonna look up a channel. I'm going to look up a channel, guys. I'm gonna look up a channel called Overly Sarcastic Productions, and there it is. There it is right there. There it is right there. Crap, I lost it. Okay, there it is. There it is right there, guys. Look up. Okay, if you want to know more about the story without me stuttering and not being able to explain it all that well, hit look up a channel called Overly Sarcastic Productions. Overly Sarcastic Productions is the name of the channel, and the video and the story I'm talking about with Jason and Medea. Look up Overly Sarcastic Productions, Miscellaneous Myths, Medea. It's 14 minutes and 51 seconds, and it was uploaded 3 years ago. Either way, it's a phenomenal story. Either way, it's a phenomenal story. And if I could actually turn the camera around, I would show you all the video. But I'm not sure if I can. Not sure if I can turn the camera around or not, because I'm looking at the video right now. But yeah, guys, I apologize, guys. I apologize because I wanted to tell you all that story. I wanted to tell you all that story. I wanted to go into detail, but I just wasn't prepared tonight, guys. I just wasn't prepared tonight. But yeah, but yeah, guys, I could go into more detail about Greek mythology and all that, and the and the and if you actually study a lot of the Greek myths and all that, if you actually start studying, and if you've been studying Greek mythology for a while now, you will notice two things. One, Greek mythology is inconsistent as hell. Greek mythology is inconsistent as all hell. And two, and the second thing that you will notice is a lot of these stories, guys, a lot of these stories teach lessons and 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 hey, but not only lessons. They don't only teach lessons. Hey, because most of the stories, most of the Greek myths are tragedies. Most of the Greek stories are tragedies, guys. And most of these stories deal with a lot of stuff. They deal with a lot of vices and a lot of sins, quote unquote. Hey, but they deal with. It seems to me that that there is one thing they cover all the time, and that is hubris. Pride comes before the fall, just like Icarus flew too close to the sun, and his wings melted, and he fell to his death. It's just, I love Greek mythology. I love it, I love it, I love it. And if y'all want to know more, about Greek mythology and all that, I would highly, highly recommend one. I would highly, highly recommend reading Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. And then I would highly recommend one, overly sarcastic productions, like I said, overly sarcastic productions, because they're a YouTube channel that covers history and mythology, Greek and mythology in particular. And I would look up a channel called John Solo. That is JONSOLO. And his Messed Up Origins series on YouTube, he covers a lot of messed up stuff. Like, he covers a lot of the Disney classics that we all love. He covers their actual origins and the stories behind them. And then he also has his mythology series explained. Like, he explains a lot of origins of tragic Greek characters and Greek gods and goddesses. It's very, very cool, and he also does it with Norse, Egyptian, and all sorts of mythologies and histories. It's so good, guys. Go watch these channels, please. I implore you. I implore you guys, go watch these channels. They are truly, truly magnificent. They are truly, truly magnificent, guys. Also, guys, my apologies. I am very, very sorry. I am very, very sorry that I wasn't able to tell the story as well as I should be able to tell it. I wanted to tell the story of Jason and Medea, and really, if you actually read it, and if you actually know the story, then you would know it's one of the it is it is a classic Shakespearean tragedy, because Jason did love Medea, but not as much as he loved wanting to be king. Not as much as he desired the throne. Not as much as he loved the idea of being king. Because Medea gave up everything for Jason. And I do mean everything for this man. And he just he was honestly a jerk and a scumbag. And despite Medea's actions being horrible, because because she did a lot of horrible and vile and nasty things all in Jason's name, but she was never punished. Even though she did all these horrible acts in the name of her husband, in the name of the man she loved, she was never punished by the gods themselves. Because even though she did all those horrible things, she seemingly had the gods' approval. And the story ends with her moving to Egypt and marrying someone else, and I presume having a much more happier life. Meanwhile, Jason dies in a horrible ship-related accident. I believe he's actually crushed by a ship. He dies tragically. This is a beautiful tragedy, and I know, guys, I didn't explain it all that well, of which, like I said, I am truly, truly sorry. I am truly, truly sorry if I didn't explain it all that well. But yeah, it's just it's okay though. I hope. But yeah, guys, there's a lot to talk about, and like I said, I haven't really done all that much today. I've been really lazy today. I don't know why. Tomorrow is my lazy day, not today. Of which I'd usually be studying and researching and working on music and my stories and all that. But I didn't have the strength to do any of that today. And tomorrow is my rest day and all that, and then Monday I'll get back to work, including guys, I will not be streaming tomorrow. I no longer stream on Sundays because I'll be talking with my artist to get artwork done for the stories and all that. So yeah. But yeah, guys, we are approaching the end of this. We are approaching the end of the stream and all that. Also, guys, before the stream is over, if you caught last night's stream, you may have heard me talking about a YouTuber, and I believe this creator, I believe her name is Moobaverse. If you go to last night's stream, I have her channel linked in the description of last night's stream. So if you feel free to don't even watch last night's stream. Just click on it and go to the description of last night's stream, and then click on the link, and then go to the description of last night's stream. Click on the description of the stream, and then the link. It'll be right there. Guys. So yeah, go watch her channel because it was so good, man. I discovered her channel yesterday morning, and it was just so entertaining, guys. It was truly good. It was truly great. But yeah, guys, we are approaching the end of the stream. So yeah. Also, if you could do me a huge favor, guys, if you could do me another favor and go look up a band named a Citizen Soldier. because Citizen Soldier is one of my favorite bands of all time. Go check them out if you haven't already. Go check them out if you haven't already, guys. Anyways, guys, with that being said, I can't even do the outro properly. I can't even do the outro properly. Anyways, guys, and with that being said, here we have hit the hour mark, and with that, guys, you gotta know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications. Turn on all post notifications, so that we never miss a video, and you'll be notified whenever I upload. And with that, guys, I am outie. I love you guys, and thank you, guys.